Welcome to This Day in His Story, created by American Heritage Worldwide. A reminder that every day holds something new to learn. Did you know that compliments show kindness and love and give the same boost as receiving money? Thank you for asking. Join us as we learn how your compliments make people feel good about themselves and how it makes them want to return the compliment and receive one in return. You bring out the best in the rest of us. You just made my day.
Okay, I want to try a little experiment to kick things off. I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Seriously, humor me here. Now imagine I just walked up to you, reached into my pocket and pulled out, I don't know, a thick stack of cash. And I just put it in your hand. No strings attached. How does your body physically react in that moment?
Oh, wow. I mean, my heart rate definitely goes up. I'm smiling. My eyes are probably wide open. I'm suddenly very, very awake. It's that instant, visceral hit of, oh, things just got a lot better.
Exactly. It's a physiological spike, right?
Yeah.
It's measurable. Now, what if I told you that the research we're looking at today, it suggests you can trigger that exact same biological response in someone else?
That same winning the lottery feeling.
Yes, that same feeling, and all without spending a single dime.
I know where you're going with this, and it's honestly one of my favorite comparisons in psychology. It feels like a cheat code.
It is wild. We are diving into research today that shows receiving a sincere compliment. It lights up the same pleasure centers in your brain, the striatum, specifically as getting a monetary reward.
Which really, it reframes the whole concept, doesn't it? We tend to think of compliments as, polite filler, just social pleasantries.
Right.
But the data says it's actually a transaction of value. You're basically paying someone in serotonin.
And the reason we're digging into this currency of kindness today is because the calendar is basically screaming at us to do it. Today is Tuesday, National Compliment Day.
It sounds like a holiday made up by a greeting card company, but...
I am fully on board, though.
Oh.
So our mission for this deep dive is to take this fluffy, soft skill concept of praise and actually trim it down to the studs. We have psychological studies. We've got lists of so-called power compliments.
And we even have some historical texts that frame this as a whole philosophy of life.
Exactly.
And I think the key takeaway for you, the listener, is going to be utility. We're moving away from just, it's nice to be nice, and looking at compliments as well as engineering tools. They build trust, they motivate performance.
They fix broken social gears. I love that. Let's get under the hood.
Okay.
So, starting with the mechanics, the source material uses this phrase, free, easy, and packing a punch.
Yeah.
But beyond just making someone smile for 2 seconds, what is actually happening in the dynamic between two people when a compliment lands?
Well, you have to look at it through the lens of social survival. The research points to something sociologists call a reciprocity loop.
Okay, let's pause there. Reciprocity loop. That sounds a little academic.
It does, yeah.
Break that down for us.
Sure. At its simplest, it's the boomerang effect. Studies consistently show that when you give a compliment, you are statistically much more likely to receive one in return.
Okay.
But it's not just a quid pro quo thing. It's deeper than, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. When you compliment someone, you're signaling safety.
Safety, like physical safety.
Evolutionary safety. In a tribal sense, you're telling that person, I am observing you, and I value what you contribute to the group. You're signaling that you're an ally, not a threat.
So when people feel safe and valued, their defenses just drop.
They drop. That makes so much sense. So if I'm in a workplace, say, where nobody ever compliments each other, everyone is basically walking around with their shields up.
Precisely. And that friction, it slows everything down. The research suggests that when people feel valued, things just run more smoothly. It's a lubricant.
So if you have a team or a family where the gears are grinding, miscommunication, resentment, defensiveness, introducing genuine praise is like...
Oiling the machine.
It's oiling the machine.
But I have to play devil's advocate here, because this is where I think people go cynical. Isn't there a risk of this being manipulative? If I'm just complimenting you to oil the machine or to get you to work harder, doesn't that just kill the vibe?
That is the crucial distinction, and the source material is very, very clear on this. Motivation is a huge driver here, but it only works if the currency is real.
Right.
If you try to pay with counterfeit money and sincere flattery, people spot it immediately. We have an incredible radar for that.
We really do. It feels slimy. You can tell when someone wants something.
Well, when it's real,
Yeah.
it's a supercharger. There was a note in the sources about how being rewarded for our efforts is a primary driver of human performance. We crave validation of our competence.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the kicker, and this is the part I really love. It's not just about the person receiving the praise.
Right. I saw this quote in the notes from Camilla Kimball that I think really bridges the gap between the utility and the feeling. She said, the more you compliment others, the better you feel about yourself.
It's the selfish argument for kindness.
She uses this amazing imagery. It's like scattering sunshine everywhere you go, which sounds very poetic, maybe a little flowery.
But there's a biological truth to it, isn't there?
Is there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It changes your filter. The reticular activating system in your brain is designed to filter out noise and just focus on what you tell it is important.
Yeah.
So if you wake up with the mission to find 3 things to compliment, your brain creates a scanning pattern looking for positives. You ignore the traffic, you ignore the rude barista because you're hunting for the good stuff.
So, just for your own mental health, being a compliment hunter is a great strategy.
It's a great strategy. You are hacking your own perception of reality.
Okay, so we know it works. We know it pays out in dopamine for both sides. But now we have to talk about execution. Because as we just said, fake praise
Is worse than no praise. It triggers suspicion.
So the sources lay out some pillars for success. What distinguishes a meh compliment from a wow compliment?
2 things: sincerity, which we've touched on, and specificity.
Specificity seems to be the one people really struggle with. We all default to good job or you look nice.
Which are fine. They're social lubricants, but they're also kind of social noise. They just wash over people. Specificity proves you were paying attention.
Right.
Compare good job on the report to the way you visualize that data in the 3rd section really clarified the whole argument for me.
Oh, that's a huge difference. The second one tells me you actually read it.
Exactly. You validated the effort, not just the result.
The source material actually offers some really tactical ways to deliver these, especially if you're someone who feels awkward doing it face-to-face. They suggest the sticky note strategy.
I am a huge fan of this. In a digital world, analog just hits harder.
Walk us through it. The source mentions hiding them.
Yes. Writing a note to a family member or a colleague, but placing it where they just stumble upon it. Inside a medicine cabinet, under a pillow, taped to the rearview mirror in the car.
Why is the stumble part so important?
It catches the person off guard. If I text you, I appreciate you, you get it in the middle of 50 other notifications. It's competing for attention.
Right.
But if you open your lunchbox or your bathroom cabinet and find a identical note, it stops time. It feels private and intimate.
It lingers, too. You can't just delete a sticky note on your mirror. It stares back at you every morning.
For face-to-face interactions, specifically with friends, the source offers a phrase that I think is just gold. It's so simple. It's always so nice to see you.
That feels heavy in a good way. It lands differently than just, hey, what's up?
It validates their presence. It's not, I like your shirt. It's, my life is better because you just walked into the room.
Yeah.
That is a profound thing to tell a friend.
Now, we have to flip the coin. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, this is the part where I personally fail. Receiving the compliment.
You and the rest of the population.
Why is it so hard? Someone says, great presentation, and my immediate reaction is, oh, I totally messed up the intro. It was a disaster.
Or nice shirt, and you say, this old thing, I got it in a discount bin.
Yes. Why do we do that?
It's a mix of cultural conditioning and insecurity. We don't want to seem arrogant, or we genuinely don't believe the praise matches our internal reality. That's the imposter syndrome talking.
But the source material is very stern about this.
It really is. It reads like a command. Receive your compliments well. Feel the love. Say thank you.
Just that.
Because when you deflect, you're not just being humble. You are essentially robbing the giver.
Robbing them. Wow, that's intense.
Think about that reciprocity loop we talked about. The giver stepped out on a limb to offer you a verbal gift. If you slap it away or say, it's garbage, you're rejecting their judgment and their kindness. You break the connection.
That is such a reframing. I always thought I was being modest, but I'm actually being a bad improv partner. I'm dropping the ball.
You're killing the scene. The instruction is to just let it land. Just say thank you. Or if you must add something, say, thank you, I really worked hard on that.
Oh, no.
Own the effort.
Okay, I'm going to practice that. Thank you. Simple. Now let's get into the fun part. The source provided this menu of sifty examples of compliments.
We can't read them all, obviously.
No, but I want to dissect why some of these work, because there are these distinct categories here that really show the range of what a compliment can be.
Yeah, I grouped these as I was reading too. You have the humorous ones, the identity ones, and then the impact ones.
Let's start with what you call the quirky and specific. The source lists this gem. You are more fun than anyone or anything, even bubble wrap.
I love that one.
It's ridiculous, but why does it work so well?
Well, it's disarming. It makes you laugh, which releases tension, but it's also highly specific imagery. Everyone knows the joy of popping bubble wrap. It's universally satisfying.
True.
Comparing a person to that sensation is just delightful. It sticks in your memory way longer than just saying you're fun.
And then there's the skill-based one. When it comes to cooking, no one's meals beat yours.
That works because it targets competence. If someone prides themselves on a skill, validating that specific skill is a direct hit to their self-esteem.
Okay, let's go deeper. Category B, character and identity. These aren't about what you do, they're about who you are.
These are the heavyweight champions. These are the ones that can make people cry. The source list, you seem to know who you are. I admire that.
Oof, that is meaningful.
In a world where everyone is having an identity crisis or trying to curate a persona online, telling someone they seem grounded, that's a massive compliment. Or this one, you are one of the bravest people I know.
That's the kind of thing you remember 10 years later.
But the most powerful one on the list, in my opinion, is just 3 words. You are enough.
You are enough.
Think about the pressure most of us live under. Earn more, look better, achieve more, optimize your morning routine, all of it. To have someone look you in the eye and say, as you are right now, you are enough, that's a reset button for the soul.
It validates existence, not production.
Exactly.
We have the impact category. These seem designed to combat invisibility.
Right. You just light up the room. Or, I am a better person because of you.
Or this one. Our family or school or community is better because of you.
That one is crucial for building a sense of belonging. It tells the person they are a load-bearing wall. If you were to remove them, the whole structure would get weaker. That gives people purpose.
It tells them they matter to the group.
Yep.
I have to highlight my absolute favorite from this entire list, though. It's a bit unusual. It says, even what you don't like about yourself makes you interesting.
Oh, that is a high-level compliment. That is black belt level emotional intelligence.
Why? It's not ignoring the flaws. It's acknowledging them and reframing them.
It's turning a bug into a feature. It says, I see the things you're insecure about, the things you think make you weird or unlovable, and I actually find them compelling.
But that requires real intimacy and observation. You can't just say that to a stranger.
No, definitely not. Excuse me, sir, your insecurities are fascinating.
Maybe save that one for a close friend or partner.
Yeah, but it's powerful because it invites vulnerability.
So we've got the science, the sticky notes, the specific examples. But the source material takes a fascinating turn here. It connects all this modern psychology to a much older tradition. We have lyrics here to a hymn called Scatter Sunshine.
Yes, text by Lanta Wilson Smith. This really provides the philosophical backbone for the whole deep dive. It's where that scattering sunshine quote comes from.
And when you actually read the lyrics, it's surprisingly gritty. It doesn't start with, everything is awesome.
Not at all. The first verse is a reality check. It says, in a world where sorrow ever will be known, where are found the needy and the sad and lone.
That's a heavy opening.
Yeah.
Sorrow ever will be known.
It's acknowledging that suffering is a constant. It's not toxic positivity that pretends the world is perfect. It starts from the premise that people are hurting.
It validates the pain before offering the solution.
And then it pivots to agency. How much joy and comfort you can all bestow. It places the power to change that atmosphere directly in your hands. It's empowering.
And the second verse.
The second verse contains the line that, for me, sums up our entire episode.
What is it?
Slightest actions often meet the sorest needs.
Slightest actions. That's the sticky note. It's so nice to see you.
This is the crux of the whole argument. We often get paralyzed because we think we need to save people. If someone is sad and lone, we feel like we need to fix their marriage or cure their depression or
solve their financial crisis.
Yeah.
And because we can't do that, we do nothing. We freeze.
We stay silent because the problem feels too big for a compliment. We think, what good is telling them they have a nice smile when their life is falling apart?
Exactly.
But this text argues that the sorest needs, the deepest wounds of loneliness and invisibility, are often met by the slightest actions. Acknowledgement, being seen, a kind word. It suggests the remedy for isolation isn't a grand intervention, it's a micro-connection.
That is honestly such a relief. It takes the pressure off. I don't have to be a therapist. I just have to be a notifier.
And the third verse frames this as a battle. It says, "Meet the world's repining with a courage strong." Repining means complaining or fretting. So when the world is negative, you don't just endure it, you fight back with songs.
It's an offensive strategy. Scattering sunshine isn't passive. It's active resistance against gloom.
Sympathy and love are the weapons. It's a really beautiful, mobilizing way to look at kindness. It's not just nice, it's necessary work.
So, bringing this all back to the here and now, we have National Compliment Day, and the source material issues a challenge.
It asks a direct question. Can you think of someone who might need to hear a compliment?
And that word need is doing a lot of work there. Not just someone who deserves one, but someone who is really running on empty.
The sources suggest a few tactics. One is making a poster, literally printing out a Compliment Day poster, and hanging it at work or in a local store to trigger the behavior in others.
To create a little localized culture shift.
Yes. But I really like the one stranger rule that seems implied here. The lyrics talk about the needy and sad and lone. It's easy to compliment our best friend or our partner.
It's much harder to compliment the person who looks like they're having a terrible day in the checkout line.
That's the real scatter sunshine challenge, extending that circle of reciprocity to someone outside your immediate loop, because a stranger has no obligation to be nice to you, so when you are, the impact is often doubled. It restores their faith in humanity just a little bit.
So here is the plan for you, the listener. You have a few days to prep before the 24th.
Start with the sticky notes. It's low stakes, high reward.
Put one on the fridge.
Yeah.
Put one in your kid's lunchbox. On your partner's steering wheel. And remember that cash comparison. You are essentially printing free money for their serotonin levels.
And remember the golden rule. Be specific. Don't just say you're great. Say why.
You are more fun than bubble wrap.
Use with caution, but yes.
So what does this all mean for us? We live in a world that can feel pretty heavy. The news is heavy, work is heavy.
But we carry around this tool that costs absolutely nothing. It is weightless in our pockets, but so heavy in its impact.
We do. And as we wrap up, I'm just thinking about that line from the hymn again. Slightest actions often meet the sorest needs.
It really is the lingering thought for me. We've talked about the biology, the brain scans, the social lubrication. But ultimately, it comes down to that gap between the sore need and the slight action. We hesitate because we think our words don't matter. We think, who am I to say something? It's awkward. But the research and the history tells us the person on the other side is waiting for it. That slight action is the most precise tool you have. It's targeted medicine.
The only question is, why would we keep that medicine locked up in the cabinet?
Exactly, use it.
That is the question to carry with you this week.
Thank you for joining us for this day in His story. May the lessons of yesterday inspire you to see God's hand today and to play your part in His story now. For more faith-based learning, visit ahsworldwide.org, the homeschool for faith and family.